now we're going to jump into the project.
Yeah.
The project that made you in third position, the 10,000. Hope we'll be able to share that money. I'm kidding. yeah. So we're just going to see the breakdown of what your thought process was into creating these designs, how you got inspiration, and how you got to making this design stand out from the thousands that were submitted. All right, let's get into it.
All right, no problem.
Okay, so first things first. Yeah, like I'm really impressed with the contrast.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of contrast between the artwork and then the picture of Dumisani here.
Yeah.
So in the background, I can see you're using a lot of orange, and then in front here is like in a blue tone. So it really makes him stand out, and people are able to see the picture when they look at the design. When coming up with the font, what font did you use?
So it's mostly like Montserrat. I think mostly that, if I look back. Yeah, Montserrat. But I use like some form of gold texture and the 3D effect to make it stand out, because Montserrat is very plain, a font that doesn't really stand out. It's not very stylistic, but like I needed it to make it stand out with like the color and the texture.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that you also like added the texture there. Yeah. You can also see a drop shadow. Yeah. And also just the color also makes this text stand out. Yeah. Because the background, I can see there is like kind of it's a little bit dark. Yeah. And then the color of the text is more like gold yellow, which makes it stand out. Where did you get the inspiration from? For this, for the poster, I looked at other people's designs, like in the competition previously that were like first place, that were, and then I also looked at how, like mostly it was about Africa, but I didn't want the cliche African thing in front. Like most people would have put the African map on it, but for me, I just decided that no, I'll put it, there's an African map in the background. Oh, yeah. If you really look. Yeah, it's very subtle.
It's very subtle. I didn't want it to be obvious. So I put it in the back. And then I just got some other, like, you know how African, we have like a lot of prints in our designs, in our clothing. So I put it in the background so that it's like, I know everything is plain, right? But I wanted to make the background more detailed. Yeah, like add more detail, like in the small details. For me, it was more about the small details and not like having like a grand thing. I wanted to keep it clean, but having details where it's like, oh, this is also something about Africa, our patterns. Africa is not just about the map. Yeah. Because I say that most people like just putting a map. Especially for the Africa Machine Conference, everybody just slapping a map, African map there. I knew everyone was going to put a map. So I was like, I can put the map, but I won't make it obvious, and I won't make it in a way like everyone else. I know everyone's gonna do a map. Like how else can I involve Africa? Africa is a vibrant continent with a lot of minerals and whatnot. So orange tones, red patterns. I was like, another thing to stand out is the color. I had to make something impactful, like a color that would stand out, and orange was what did it for me. And gold, together with gold, it mixes well. I feel like I like the contrast between the two. Yeah. No, this looks really incredible. And also talking about the details, I could see that you added some texture there. Like it wasn't just plain. Yeah. Of course, you added the African prints in the background there. Yeah. And then you added like some form of texture, so that it's not just plain. And I like that. Even in the text, even though you added gold, you also added like some rough texture. Showing the power of the minerals and all that, which makes it really stand out. And I'm glad it's not cliche.
And it makes it stand out because there's no map, you know.
Yeah, there's no map.
And that's the thing about logos sometimes. People want to, because they're baking, they sell baking products, and so they have to put maybe a cake on their logo, which shouldn't be the thing. Yeah,
which is very cliche. And then what if the brand wants to evolve and sell other products that are not into baking? Then they must change the logo. So I feel like sometimes even having a generic logo for a business that sells cakes or what.
Yeah.
Because Apple has an apple. Do they sell apples? So
this is really good. I like everything. I like also the hierarchy on this one especially. I love the hierarchy. You're able to put, when somebody look at this poster, I think the first thing they will notice is his face. For me, I think that's the first thing I see.
Yeah.
We see Dumisani's face, which is also like standing out against the background, which is really important in design, contrast.
Yeah.
And then from there, your eyes will most definitely take you to
the
Africa Must Think conference. And then you look at conference. And then the other thing which I also like is the fact that you only use 2 fonts, which most designers don't know how to do, especially beginners. You find like people are using like, I don't know, 5 fonts in one design.
Yeah.
You use it creatively, like you use the bold part of the Montserrat font.
Yeah.
You use the regular one. And then here for the small details, I'm sure this was like light.
Yeah. I usually use medium.
Oh yeah, medium.
Medium or I rarely use regular because I saw a post by Chris Du where he says never use regular, always use light or medium or bold.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think I also learned that from him.
Yeah.
Like you have to create very contrast. Like the contrast has to be there so that people are able to differentiate. Yeah. So I think this is what I like. This is like well balanced.
Yeah.
I love this and I'm really impressed that you are able to do this.
Thank you.